This morning at Boeing Field, Seattle, Piedmont became the 8th airline in the world to operate a fleet of 100 Boeing jet aircraft.
All I can say is the way my pilots come back and tell me they're accepting the airplane. It's a beautiful airplane. It's a quiet airplane. The cockpit is well laid out. They're accepting the FMCS, the FMC, the SP300 autopilot. They're just in love with the airplane.
The third of 10 737-300 twin jets to be delivered this year was accepted by Piedmont's founder, Tom Davis. Piedmont has firm orders with Boeing for a total of 22 of these new twin jets. Mr. Davis retired as chairman and CEO in 1983, but continues his long service to the company as a member of the board of directors and chairman of the executive committee. We asked Mr. Davis what he felt the key ingredient had been in Piedmont's record growth.
There's one single factor, and that is that over the years we have been extremely fortunate in having some mighty, mighty fine people working with us. We've been fortunate in the fact that we've been profitable over all of the years. As a matter of fact, I guess Piedmont has had more profitable years than most other similar organizations. But as a result of that, we've been able to keep our people with us on a steady basis. We have not had layoffs and peaks and valleys in employment. We've been able to continue to grow. And even today, and in recent days, while many of the airlines have had very difficult experience and have gone through bankruptcies and things of that sort, happily, because of the caliber of the people we have and their enthusiasm to do a good job, that has brought our customers back to us more than any one thing that I can think of.
Right. Mr. Davis, with regard to the passenger loyalty aspect, what part does the equipment play?
Undoubtedly, in our judgment, it is a very important factor, and that was one of the main reasons that we selected the 737 when we first bought it. As you know, the 737 had some pretty tough competition and some very good airplanes that were available for comparable type of work. We had in our operation several requirements that the 737 met very adequately. Number one of which, of course, is what you just touched on, and that is the customer satisfaction. A nice, big, wide fuselage, a lot of comfort in it, quiet airplane. But in addition, it had some technical features that made it possible for us to serve a lot of the small airports and mountainous terrain that we serve back there in the east. Little 737 would get in and out of the small airports with a good load in them. And that was another major factor that we used, or we considered when we selected the 737.
Well, you think the 737-300, what's it got that's significant in that same realm?
It's more quiet, both from the standpoint of the passenger, our customer inside, but as well as the community and the neighborhood around the airports where we'll be using the airplane. It is much more fuel efficient, which of course is extremely important these days, even though we've had some reduction in fuel prices. There's a lot of talk that fuel prices are going to go back up, and undoubtedly sometime they will. And the fuel efficiency of the 737-300 as compared to the 200 is very significant. As a matter of fact, we save, I think it's something on the order of about 8,000 pounds of fuel on a ferry flight from here to Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Piedmont serves more than 100 cities in 25 states and the District of Columbia. They carry 1.3 million passengers each month. The 1984 edition of Los Angeles and San Francisco, with their 727-200s, made them a transcontinental airline, a fact of which they are justifiably proud.
We put service into markets that other people had left, and for example, our Dayton hub, which had lost a lot of service since deregulation, and we built up there, and built our Charlotte area up, and are now a major airline, transcontinental.
All except 3 airplanes in the Piedmont fleet are named for cities they serve. Of the others, one is the Lindbergh Pacemaker, the second is the Wright Brothers Pacemaker, and the third, this newest 737-300, is named for a major contributor to Piedmont's success.
And there's just no question about it. There's no one more deserving of having their name on this 100th Piedmont Boeing jet than Nancy Davis, because she's made a tremendous contribution to the progress our company has made over the years. She's gone all the way through the whole works, all the way from sitting hour after hour after hour in CAB proceedings in Washington, hearings, boring hearings at that, and she's just been a tremendous support all the way through the whole thing, and it's extremely appropriate that this airplane be named for her.
It is my privilege to christen this 100th Piedmont Boeing jet, the Nancy Davis Pacemaker.
Headquartered in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Piedmont was named Air Transport World's Airline of the Year last year and is America's fastest growing major airline. We wish them and their 13,000 employees continued success with their newest addition, the Nancy Davis Pacemaker.